Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? We're going to be talking about the Pisces full moon on September 17th.
Oh, Pisces full moon. Always an interesting one.
Definitely. I found this blog post. It was originally in Chinese, and the title, get this, translates to Words Already Pasted. Pisces full moon key sentence. Boundaries make us freer.
Boundaries make us freer. Now that's something to think about.
Right. Sounds kind of counterintuitive. But I think that's what we're going to dig into today. So how about we jump right in?
Let's do it.
All right. So the blog post mentions there might be some discomfort leading up to this full moon. And it connects this to Saturn. Saturn's all about structure, responsibility, that kind of thing. And it's kind of pushing against Pisces energy right now.
Yeah, it's like that classic push and pull, right? Pisces, it's all flowy, dreamy, boundless. And then Saturn comes in with its rules and limitations.
Exactly. So how do we deal with that tension then?
Well, I think it starts with recognizing that we all experience this. Like, we all have that desire for limitless possibilities. But then there's the reality of our everyday lives. We've got our routines, responsibilities, not to mention, like, the actual limits of time and space.
Right. And sometimes it feels like you're trying to fit it all in all the time. So are you saying this full moon is like a chance to, I don't know, maybe face some of those constraints?
Yeah, full moons are all about culmination and release, right? It's like you reach this peak and then you can let go of what's no longer serving you.
Makes sense. Okay, so then the blog post goes on to talk about this. Indian Angelica. Apparently it's supposed to be like gentler than its Chinese counterpart, more about easing, less intense energy and all that. Have you heard of it?
I have, yeah. It's interesting they mentioned that, grounding is a big theme here. Not just like physically grounding yourself, but also emotionally, spiritually, like finding your center.
And this Indian Angelica can help with that.
It can be a great support. Think about it. When we're holding on to stuff, whether it's old hurts or limiting beliefs or even just too much stuff, clutter, it can really hold us back. Indian Angelica can help us gently release that, create some space for something new.
Wow, I see where you're going with this. Okay, this is starting to make sense. And it ties back to what we were talking about earlier, with the whole boundaries equal freedom idea. Because the blog post mentions how even dreams have limitations, just like reality does.
Absolutely. And I think that's where Saturn comes back in, like accepting those limitations, whether they're imposed by our circumstances or even just our own energy levels. It can actually be really freeing.
Freeing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Think of it like a sculptor working with clay, right? The limitations of that material actually allow them to create something beautiful and lasting. Same goes for us.
I love that analogy. Okay, so to put it all together, this Pisces full moon is about embracing those limitations, letting go of what's no longer serving us, maybe with a little help from this Indian Angelica, and then letting a truer version of ourselves emerge.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that true freedom isn't about having limitless options. It's about making conscious choices within the framework of our lives.
So powerful. It makes you wonder what boundaries in your own life might actually be holding you back from stepping into a more authentic reality.
And what do you need to release to create space for that?
That's a great question for all of us to think about, especially with this Pisces full moon coming up. And hey, maybe exploring Indian Angelica could be a part of that journey.
Definitely worth looking into.
Thanks for diving deep with me. Until next time.
Aromatherapy.